Hi all, welcome to another in a 5-minute nutshell game. Okay, let's have a look at Sodoma against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. This was in round 1. d4, we have knight f6, knight f3, g6, g3, a fianchetto from both sides, d5, which is normally a Grunfeld type move. Here after c4, d takes c4, knight a3. Black tries to maximize the structural damage by playing c3. So this disrupts the pawn structure, but isolates the a pawn. c5, thematic Grunfeld type move. e3, it does weaken the light squares a little bit. Knight c6, knight c4, bishop e6. Black's position is quite comfortable here, I believe. Queen e2, rook c8 now threatens, c takes d4, this knight's vulnerable, and potentially knight takes d4 to win the knight. So we have protection of the knight on c4. Knight d5, black is calling the shots here, attacking c3, that's protected. Knight takes, now queen d6, hitting the knight again, the knight retreats. Queen a6, pinning the knight. Knight f4, black doesn't mind the exchange of queens here. Queen takes, knight takes, and puts more pressure on the centre. Rook fc1, b6, a4. White is trying to dissolve his isolated pawn, perhaps. Knight f6. Bishop e1 is played here. Bishop c4, hitting the knight, that's protected. e5, putting more pressure on the centre. f3. And now e4, this tries to lock in perhaps this bishop. If these pawns are locking in the bishop, this reinforces the cage. F takes, knight takes e4. Knight f4, an exchange of light square bishops now. Does this weaken white further on the light squares? Look at all of these light squares and corresponding dark square pawns. Rook e8, king e2, knight f6, threatening knight g4. Bishop f2, protecting e3 in advance. Rook cd8, threatening c takes, and rook takes d4. Reinforcing, d4, g5, forcing move. Knight e4, another forcing move, hitting c3. f5, potentially f4 is on the cards, potentially. h3, bishop f8, bishop d6 now. This h3 did weaken g3. Bishop d6 will highlight that. Maybe h3 was a slight mistake. King f3. Bishop d6, with the king getting involved, there are some serious tactics emerging now. Can you see what black plays in this position? If I give you 5 seconds, starting from now. Okay. g4 check. Yeah, the king is vulnerable here. It has to protect f2 as well. It's a bit overloaded. It can't take here without losing f2. And now c4, preventing knight d3 to f4, which could have been handy. Rook c2, piling on the pressure now on the f-file. Rook f6, preparing to double, and it's here white gives up a pawn. It's a desperate position, trying to give up this pawn, but actually it's not even immediately taken. The pressure's built up, and it's here that it's taken, and white actually feels his position is just completely lost. It does seem completely lost. He resigned here. A very interesting Catalan stroke Grunfeld type game where white seems to be under a lot of pressure even after the queens got exchanged off. Comments, questions, likes appreciated. Thanks very much.